It is elevating the ordinary little things. And who got the Kroger peanut butter? It's not even organic.
Of Meghan and Harry showed that the prince's popularity in America had dropped by 3%. Meghan's
My soul weeps in languages I've not yet chosen to invent.
Just follow my lead, Harry. I've been on TV for years, so I'm kind of a pro.
Yes, the very famous show Suits.
Yeah.
South Park has never been afraid to go after the world's most powerful names. From celebrities to religions, the animated juggernaut has built a reputation for mocking anyone who takes themselves too seriously. But this time, the creators set their sights on two of the most polarizing figures alive, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. What started as a simple parody postcard quickly spiraled into a brutal takedown of their lives, their brand, and their contradictions. Scenes of Harry and Meghan chanting, "We want privacy," while staging elaborate media stunts have gone viral. While inside Montecito, reports say Meghan's legal team is in full-blown panic mode. Talk of lawsuits, sponsor fallout, and PR disasters are everywhere, yet South Park seems to be enjoying the chaos. Today, we're breaking down exactly how South Park humiliated Harry and Meghan, why the world can't stop laughing, and what the fallout really means for the Sussex brand.
Meghan, she's an American celebrity, so I can kind of forgive her for it.
It's definitely her idea.
She's like, Prince Harry is a prince of the realm. You imagine the centuries of history and tradition in this country, the respectful organisations that he was or is an ambassador of, the military, and you're behaving like that and happy to release it in public. I mean, it's just so demeaning.
Yeah, she's a narcissist and he's quite thick.
Yeah, well, it's technically not a job. Don't know where you heard that.
The episode kicked off with a scene that instantly set the tone, a postcard from Uncle Harry and Aunt Meghan in LA. Instead of portraying them as a royal couple living dignified lives, South Park mocked them as tacky Hollywood has-beens, desperate to maintain attention. The gag wasn't just about where they live, it was about their hypocrisy. They left the royal family, claiming they wanted privacy, only to relocate to Los Angeles, the publicity capital of the world. South Park captured the absurdity by showing the postcard filled with empty vanity, followed by neighbors rolling their eyes and asking why anyone should care. It painted the couple as irrelevant to everyday Americans, highlighting a central theme. While Meghan and Harry may see themselves as global icons, much of the public simply views them as privileged elites out of touch with reality. That postcard was a stinging first blow, and things only escalated from there.
So all you'd have to do is Instagram yourselves using my ketchup. It'd be a huge help.
I see. Well, that's something we'll definitely think about.
That's right. Nothing says that you're impossible to work for a bit of a ball ache and an axe grinder than constantly cycling through various members of staff like hot dinners.
One of South Park's most devastating jabs came when it tackled Meghan's obsession with brand building. In the show, Meghan proudly declares that everything is about promoting her brand. Yet when asked what her brand actually is, she struggles to answer. The parody included a scene where she introduces a ridiculous homemade ketchup line, pretending it would revolutionize the market. It was a direct reference to Meghan's real-life attempts with American Riviera Orchard, her jam and lifestyle project that was mocked online for being overpriced and out of touch. South Park turned that failed PR push into a punchline that everyone understood. The message was clear. Meghan's constant reinventions are more about appearances than substance. By reducing her ambitions to something as trivial as ketchup and mustard, South Park exposed the hollowness of her branding strategies, reminding viewers that celebrity projects often crumble when they rely on hype instead of genuine value.
And everyone does reality TV now, so don't worry about this being a step down for me because it's not.
I wasn't until you just said it.
Plus, it's a really good platform to promote my brand.
What is your brand?
Oh, I don't know. I'll think of some piece of crap.
South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right here.
You can't sue a cartoon. It's satire. It is what it is.
South Park has done a parody.
Perhaps the most iconic moment from the episode came with the now famous chant, "We want privacy." South Park portrayed Harry and Meghan marching through crowds and media events with banners demanding to be left alone, all while aggressively courting attention. This contradiction was so on the nose that it instantly became a meme. Across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, people replayed the clip as proof of the couple's hypocrisy. It tapped into a frustration many already felt. How could two people who signed multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix, Spotify, and publishers constantly insist on privacy? South Park distilled that contradiction into a single, unforgettable joke, showing that sometimes the sharpest comedy is simply pointing out the obvious. By chanting for privacy in the loudest, most public way possible, the show highlighted how Harry and Meghan's narrative has collapsed under the weight of its own contradictions. That chant may haunt them longer than anything else in the parody.
Over, under, around and through. Meet Mr. Bunny Rabbit, pull and through. I did it.
Good job, Harry. Well, it's an apartment, so.
Yes, an apartment palace, I know that. Lots of tiny palaces inside one big palace.
South Park didn't stop at mocking their hypocrisy, it tore into their pursuit of sponsored deals. In one brutal scene, Meghan and Harry casually prepared to post a $250,000 sponsored Instagram ad for Del Taco. The absurdity hit home because it wasn't too far off reality. The Sussexes have leaned heavily into monetizing their image, from multi-million-dollar Netflix documentaries to Meghan's lifestyle brand. By exaggerating this into a fast food sponsorship, South Park exposed how quickly prestige can devolve into cheap commercialism. The gag was less about Del Taco and more about how audiences perceive their hustle for relevance. Instead of looking like royals turned dignified philanthropists, they appear as desperate influencers chasing clicks and cash. That's what made the scene sting. It suggested the couple had traded centuries of royal tradition for the kind of brand deals any mid-tier Instagram influencer might chase. The joke wasn't far-fetched, it felt uncomfortably believable.
Oh, and I brought some of my homemade ketchup. I'm coming out with a line of condiments, ketchups, mustards, that sort of thing.
We're really taking LA by storm.
Yeah, and the show's been a great platform to help me promote my brand.
It's already a brand. It's called Heinz.
South Park also poked fun at the ongoing rumors that Meghan Markle might join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. In the parody, Meghan is shown eagerly embracing the idea of being part of the reality show, framed as thirsty for any kind of attention. It's a savage exaggeration, but it plays on real whispers in Hollywood that Meghan is desperate for relevance. By placing her in the same category as Bravo drama queens, the show stripped away any illusion of royal dignity she might still cling to. The gag also mocked the couple's obsession with fame. Meghan supposedly left the royal family for privacy, but here she was, in South Park's world, willing to sell her life to a reality TV format. The implication was clear. Meghan's hunger for attention isn't limited by platform. If Hollywood wants drama, she'll play the part, even if it means mocking herself.
Anyway, Meghan, you were saying Dorit's such a what?
What? No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything, Dorit.
Well, I heard it somewhere.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard.
While South Park delivered the laughs, the real drama unfolded off screen. Reports suggest Meghan's team began drafting potential lawsuits against Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and even Paramount. In the episode parody, these legal threats were represented as endless piles of paperwork, heavy with British legal jargon that meant nothing in U.S. courts. One analyst described the drafts as royal proclamations disguised as lawsuits. The reality is, South Park has been through this before. From Tom Cruise to Scientology, lawsuits have always loomed, but none have succeeded. The show is protected by satire laws, making Meghan's rumored lawsuit look more like intimidation than a real legal strategy. The parody captured this perfectly by turning the threat itself into comedy fodder. By showing Meghan's legal panic, South Park reminded viewers that overreaction to satire only fuels more jokes. And indeed, the whispers of lawsuits became part of the spectacle itself, amplifying the parody's reach.
Welcome to my garden. Well, it's not my garden, it's a set actually, but welcome to my set.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
The fallout from the South Park episode didn't stop with Meghan's lawyers. Industry insiders say sponsors, streaming platforms, and advertisers all began second-guessing their connections to the Sussex brand. Netflix executives reportedly worried about correlation drag, fearing Meghan's controversies could damage unrelated projects. Some sponsors pulled back on South Park's own episodes, while others leaned in, seeing the controversy as free marketing. That dual reaction highlighted the bigger issue. Meghan and Harry's names now carry risk. Once associated with glamour, they're increasingly tied to drama and lawsuits. South Park didn't create that reality. It just showcased it with biting accuracy. By parodying their sponsorship deals and influencer antics, the show made it harder for companies to justify partnerships with them. In Hollywood, perception is everything, and South Park shifted the perception of Meghan and Harry from power couple to punchline. That reputational hit could cost them more than any lawsuit ever could.
You know, why jam, Tom? Why jam? Why jam, you know? Does she want to be, seen as a traditional wife now rather than a grand humanitarian politico, Tom?
I mean, if she does, good on her. I can't,
I'm half winding you up now. You must know that. You must know.
If South Park's goal was to spark conversation, it succeeded beyond measure. Clips of Harry and Meghan chanting for privacy flooded social media. Meme pages churned out parody merchandise, including fake cease and desist hoodies. Even a cryptocurrency called Twerk spiked 400% after being linked to the satire. The internet seized the moment, turning Meghan and Harry's humiliation into entertainment fuel. TikTokers stitched the episode into reaction videos, YouTubers posted breakdowns, and Twitter threads dissected every joke. In an age where perception spreads faster than fact, South Park's episode became the definitive narrative of Meghan and Harry's brand. No carefully crafted PR campaign could keep up. That's the real power of satire. Once it resonates online, it's unstoppable. Meghan's legal threats might scare a boardroom, but online, they only make the memes sharper. For the internet, this wasn't just a roast. It was validation of what many already suspected about the Sussexes.
I remember back to when I was known more for being a renowned actress in my various roles, such as Rachel from Suits, or Rachel from Suits Season 2, and Rachel from Suits Season 3.
Yes, I think I see your point.
One of the reasons South Park can deliver such ruthless comedy is because it's legally untouchable. Experts quickly pointed out that Meghan has no real grounds for a lawsuit. Satire is protected speech under the First Amendment, and public figures have an even higher bar to clear for defamation cases. That's why South Park has survived threats from everyone from Scientologists to celebrities. The satire shield means Meghan's threats are more symbolic than practical, an attempt to show power rather than a legal move with teeth. But here's the catch. Every time Meghan threatens legal action, it reinforces the perception that she can't take criticism. South Park has built its empire on that exact dynamic, turning lawsuits into more material. By even considering legal threats, Meghan played into their hands. Instead of silencing the joke, she made sure it would echo louder. And that's why South Park always wins.
I was living in the middle of nowhere in Toronto, Canada, and I didn't even really know the word royal. Besides the Lord song. I love that song. It's an amazing pop rock ballad.
If Meghan thought South Park would be rattled by her rumored lawsuit, she underestimated Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Insiders say when they heard about the legal drafts, they laughed and joked that it only guaranteed their next ad slot would sell out. In fact, reports suggest they're already planning a follow-up episode mocking Meghan's legal threats, complete with a fake notice of hurt feelings scroll. This isn't new territory for them. South Park thrives on backlash. Every attempt to censor or sue them has only fueled sharper, funnier episodes. By doubling down, they ensure the story stays alive, and Meghan remains the punchline. For Harry and Meghan, this is the ultimate nightmare. The more they push back, the more material they provide. For South Park, it's business as usual. Their defiance is not just comedy. It's a reminder that satire is one of the strongest weapons in entertainment.
Everyone says they don't have time to make homemade meals, but if you just have 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant, you have all the time in the world. Stop making excuses and start moving snacks from one bag to another.
At the end of the day, South Park's roast of Harry and Meghan wasn't just another celebrity parody. It was a cultural moment. The postcard, the ketchup gag, the "we want privacy" chant, all of it cut straight to the contradictions that have haunted the Sussex brand from the start. Meghan's rumored lawsuits only added fuel, proving that sometimes the reaction to satire is more revealing than the satire itself. In Hollywood, perception is everything, and South Park shifted the perception of Harry and Meghan from dignified ex-royals to desperate influencers. The internet crowned South Park the winner, and Meghan became the butt of the joke she tried to suppress. That's the brutal truth of modern media. Once you become a meme, you lose control of your narrative. South Park didn't just roast Meghan and Harry, it redefined them. And the world may never see them the same again.